Looking for the key to successful marketing strategy? Buyer persona development is absolutely essential for your marketing efforts to succeed, regardless of the size of your business type or industry. Why? Well, if you know what your customers want, you can serve them exactly that, and then ultimately boost your sales. So what is buyer persona development and why is it important? In this video, we're not only going to help you answer these questions, but we're also going to show you how to implement them into your marketing strategy. Well, let's get into it. Hey guys, it's Trav here from Neighborhood, where we help brands find, sell, and keep their people. Starting with the basics, a buyer persona is essentially a model of your ideal customer, represented through some detailed descriptions and characteristics. A buyer persona allows you to paint a picture of the demographics, interests, and characteristics that represent your top customers, as well as their pain points, goals, buying patterns, likes, and dislikes. While your buyer persona might not be a real person, you may need to treat them like they are. Ask yourself these questions like, what type of content might they engage with most? What problems might they need to solve, and how might we help them? You should give them a name and link demographic details to the description, and then give them a face through the help of a handy stock photo. There is no limit to how many buyer personas your business can have. Think about your customer base. Are there several different types of people that could use your products and support your brand? So be sure to create a customer persona for each one. For most businesses, it's estimated that about 3 to 4 personas account for over 90% of the sales. You can't understand every single customer individually, so focus on the segments of your business that drive most of the revenue and sales. There are several steps involved with creating buyer personas. Let's run through each of them so that your personas are accurate and factual. Number 1, conduct your research. While you might think that you know everything about your top customer, thorough research is required to create a buyer persona. Utilize real-world data like age, location, household income, and spending patterns as you develop your buyer personas. You can obtain all of this information through your social media analytics, your existing customer database, and by interviewing your top clients. You can also take cues from what your competitors are doing. What content do they have that your customers seem to engage with? Are there any patterns with hashtags or any types of posts that they're successful with? Number 2, identify the customer's challenges and goals. Once you know who your buyer persona is, you need to identify their pain points. What challenges are they trying to overcome, and what might be holding them back from succeeding? Engage with them on social media and read the reviews. This is a foolproof way to pinpoint what they are stoked with and what they would like to see improved or changed. Collaborate closely with your customer service teams in this stage of buyer persona development. They're on the front line with your customers every day, so they'll sure as hell know a thing or two. They can also give you an idea of what questions are asked most frequently and any patterns relating to the challenges of the buyer persona has. Understanding the buyer persona's goals and aspirations are also necessary. This knowledge will also help you identify what is motivating your customers to purchase your products. You should also look at the goals that don't directly relate to your product features, since the objective is to truly understand the customer. Utilize social listening so that you can identify buyer objections, what their end game is, and how you can help. Number 3, describe how your brand can help. Now that you've got into grip with the buyer persona's demographics, challenges, and aspirations, you will have to dig deep into analyze how your brand can help them. This has to go further than simply describing your product features. How will your product make the persona's life better? Number 4, create the actual buyer persona. The last step in the buyer persona development process is to tie everything together in a neat little bow and create it. Give it a name, a location, other defining characteristics that will make them seem like a real person. For example, you may have a buyer persona named Jessie, who is a mum in her 30s and loves to be active outdoors. Don't forget the pain points when writing out the description. Does she have trouble keeping her schedule organized? Or is her challenge finding more motivation to get to the gym? Or what is her lifestyle like? Just remember that creating this buyer persona means that you'll be marketing to a human being and not a statistic. If you enjoy this video, make sure you subscribe and leave a like. And if you're on YouTube, make sure you hit that bell so you stay up to date with all of our latest videos delivered every week to your inbox. So how can a buyer persona be used in marketing? Since your buyer persona represents the customer that provides you with the most revenue and at least the amount of opposition over a long period, utilizing this in your marketing strategy will have you reaping rewards. In fact, 71% of companies who can exceed their revenue and lead goals utilize buyer personas. This is a battle-tested way to use your marketing campaign to grow your business and connect with your target audience. Researchers found that personalized emails are 26% more likely to be opened than generic ones, a tactic that we also recommend you apply to your content marketing efforts. So that's it. No matter what kind of marketing you do, who your audience is, what you sell or how you operate, buyer personas matter. Using this video as your blueprint, you're set to know what your customers want and how best to serve them to increase your sales. If you found this video helpful, then feel free to share it with someone that you know that needs a hand with their buyer persona development. You can also subscribe to our blog where you'll find a bunch more tools, tips, and templates to help you find, sell, and keep your people, just like Neighbourhood does. Well, that's it from me. Happy marketing.